Of course, do I want, like, you know, success and nice things and all that good stuff? Of course, you know. But at the same time, you know, that's not the motivation.
I kind of spoke into existence actually, because I was coming off Chronicle, and I talked with my agent at the time. And I told him, I said, look, I just want to do an independent film. I want to just find something for me to to show I can go. You know what I mean? I can go with the best of them. Because in my head, you know, you got to have a confidence that you know that you can. You know, I was 25. You know, I was ready to show, you know, you start to smell yourself. You know, I'm working out a little bit. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to kind of like, you know, get in my big boy pants and show that I can try to carry a film. And you know, actors, you say we go on this journey from like, you know, role to role and trying to find these moments where you can like make something out of it and make it memorable and make it something that's going to get you your next job. And when the script kind of came along, it was like, it was perfect. What I wanted to do in my life and my career at the time, and what Ryan wanted to do in his life and his career at the time, just kind of seemed to like mesh and kind of fall into place.
Trick yourself into believing you're doing what you're supposed to do. Like, you almost have to, like, you know, having faith in yourself and having hope, you know, having faith, you know, that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing is one thing, but you got to believe that this is your destiny and this is what you're supposed to be doing in life, you know, if you really want it, you know, and yeah, that's what I had to do. I told myself at a young age that I was gonna like sacrifice. I used to run myself into the ground to like pure exhaustion just because then I would feel like, oh, I deserve it. Probably why I go so hard in the gym, go so hard in life. I wanna feel the hardships of it.
How hard was it though to dedicate your life to that? And I mean, it's not like, oh, I'm going to work today. This is a commitment.
It was I guess for this one, with all the pieces, you know, to the puzzle on the table, with like, you know, teaming up with Ryan again, you know, working with Sylvester Stallone, taking on this franchise, you know, to have the legacy of Rocky kind of like just, you know, on my shoulder a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And the essence of time. You know, I knew about this project about 2.5-3 years ago, so I started training about 1.5 years out from actually.
Did you do it like secretly?
Started filming, huh?
Did you do it secretly? So when you were like started.
So when I started training, I was already halfway there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was already halfway there. So about 1.5 years of like literally, you know, brown rice, grilled chicken, broccoli, 1.5 gallons of water a day, and working out 2 to 3 times a day, 6 days a week. For about 1.5 years, and then your body will change. It will definitely change.
For me, you know, I always enjoy reverse engineering things. I always like seeing something like, all right, I know where I want to go. How do I get there? You know, what's the creative? It was fun for me to find ways to get the things that I wanted.
Yeah, like my thing is doing the homework. That's always been my thing. If I work harder than anybody else, I might not be the most talented guy, but I feel if I work harder than anybody else, they can't. You know what I'm saying? They can't take that away from me. That's one thing I can control. I left it all in the room. I'm walking out, hands clean, and just move on to the next thing. It's the only way I can kind of disconnect myself from the audition, from the role, and just forget about it and move on.
You still do that now?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you probably don't have to audition much anymore now.
I'm auditioning a little less, but I don't mind going to like hunt for my food. And I know there's one point in time where I really hated it, and then I started to become more confident, and I guess the small successes built up your confidence. And now then you don't really mind going to auditions anymore. It's just like, I'll go in and read. I think I always want to constantly evolve. You know, I always want to constantly grow. I never want to get to a point where I feel like I got it figured out. You know, like I always want to like kind of like push myself to be better. You know, and do greater things, no matter what it is.
Do you have aspirations that are more detailed, or are you kind of just wanting to do good?
No, I mean, you know, I want to be the best. I'm a competitor. You know, I like to compete. You know, like growing up with, you know, with the name Michael Jordan, you know, I've always had a certain pressure on myself, and always having to kind of like, you know, prove people wrong, and I just kind of like put an instant chip on my shoulder of wanting to be great, you know, and do great things.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's the reason why, you know, I have the the self-confidence to go out there and do it, to be perfectly honest. Just like representation is so important, you know, on screen. I think behind the camera also, to see somebody my age that's, you know, taking the responsibility of, you know, however hundreds of millions of dollars this project is, you know, it's inspiring. It's let me know that I can do that as well. And then he also, you know, pushed me and told me there's never a perfect time, so just like suck it up and just go ahead and do it. You know what you're doing. So just to hearing that from him definitely pushed me to wanna get behind the camera a lot quicker. And I think as